Hey, Palmerdale Cross, Pastor Jeff, and I just wanted to come and spend just a few moments sharing some vision with you. We are calling a special called business meeting to talk about some of the things that God has put before us over the last 6 months. This past November, we were connected with some people that led us to the state funding a consultant to come out, and Topper Reed has been with us now for several months, and he is incredible at what he does at casting vision for churches to flourish. And we have heard his vision. We have sat in meeting after meeting, and we have prayed and we have sought the Lord. And we believe now that we have an incredible opportunity to really move forward as a church. God has given us an amazing runway here. Going to 2 services this past fall put us in a position where we could slow down and that we could begin to look and see what are the appropriate steps and where is the Lord leading in the life of our church. Throughout our time with Topper and throughout our time with many of the state leaders who have aided us in this process, one of the things that has been evident is this: God has truly blessed Palmerdale Cross. We have forged together a plan, and we now have met with our vision team and our deacon ministry team, and we have approval with both of those teams to bring it to you, the church. We are going to be presenting a 5-step, potentially a 5 to 10 year plan to maximize our church resources to be able to reach one more family for the gospel of Jesus Christ. Everything we do moving forward is about bringing lost people in. That's our goal as a church. That's the gospel command for us. So the first 2 phases are the ones that we're going to prioritize today because they're the ones I want you to spend the most time praying over. One of the things that we asked Topper to do was to find a strategy and a way for us to go back to 1 service. You'll remember the reason we went to 2 services was not worship space, it was life group space. And so Topper devised a plan in phase 1 to move us back to 1 service. And we're hoping to have this done by August the 18th. In order for that to happen, our offices have to move. And so we're going to be moving our office complex from the current location in our office and education building to our worship center building. They'll come and take those rooms on the back hallway that while we were in 2 services were unusable because of how loud the worship services were. And so by taking a life group room in the current Connect room, we're able to move our offices to our main building, freeing up 4 very large life group spaces, discipleship spaces in our education building. By doing that, we're able to go back to 1 service. We want to do some work on our front hallway because that's kind of a congregation area there where people like to stand and talk. And so we're going to be removing some walls, and we're going to be opening up a part of that front hallway into our multi-purpose room 2. We're going to add a coffee station. We're going to be doing some just updating on some areas that need desperately to be updated. And we're going to be flipping some doors around to be able to easily exit our worship center. By doing phase 1, we immediately get back into 1 service, and we're able to grow together, but we're able to move forward. Phase 2 gets a little bit more expensive. Phase 2 is coming up with a permanent place for our students to be. Over the last 8 years, we've moved our students a handful of times, and at one point they're even completely off campus from the rest of us. And we've always told our students that one day you're going to have an amazing space. Well, it is time to cash in on that promise today. And we are going to propose to build a 40 by 50 student space that will attach to our current outdoor building outside in our field. So this will be an addition to that, and it will have glass roll-up doors. Think a student room made by Taco Mama, and that's what it's going to look like. It's going to be an amazing space for them to do a lot of things, including an outdoor game area, including an amazing worship space. And what we're doing is we're unbridling that machine to be able to run. And we're taking every objection of why students can't come here, why maybe they shouldn't come here, and we're flipping that and we're turning it into a positive. We are trying to create some of the best student space in our area, and that will happen through that project. By having our students move from their current location out to the shed building, and I can promise you it's going to be an amazing build. Some of the mock-ups are already really impressive. That allows us to come into our old worship area, and we're going to tear that stage out. We're going to tear out that baptistry, and we are going to be able to add more restrooms to our campus, which is a much needed thing for us. And so by moving them, we're able to continue to open up that space and add restrooms to allow people the ability to be in and out a lot quicker and allow people the ability to be more comfortable on campus. Those two phases are going to be expensive. They're going to be costly. They're going to cost us a lot of money. And up until this point in my time here over the last 8 years, we've never asked our church members to give outside of a budget. And the Lord has blessed us so well. We have an amazing opportunity now to become kingdom investors. We're going to ask our church people to give above their tithe to a building program. We are going to need millions of dollars in the future. And we need one bite at a time. We need to begin to eat this task in front of us, that we can have a kingdom approach to kingdom problems, and that we can be a church known for reaching one more family. I wanted to put this on your radar because in our meeting coming up, I want you to know the heart behind what we're doing. We're not just spending money for the sake of spending money. We are intentionally positioning ourselves to be the church that God's called us to be. We have seen His hand of providence over us the last 8 years. Our church has tripled in size, and the Lord continues to add month by month those who are partnering with our church. In fact, we have several people in our membership pathway right now. And so we're excited for what God has done, and we want Him to continue to do that. And we believe by taking these necessary steps today, it will posture us for what we're going to be moving forward. In this email, I'm going to attach some documents for you to look at and see phase 1 and phase 2. And we will answer all of your questions at our coming up church meeting. And we will begin to disclose all of those numbers, and we'll give ballparks because we're still firming up things, but we've got a really good look at what's coming up. And we'll give you the opportunity to pray and ask questions. So here's what I want you to do over this next week. I want you to seek the kingdom in prayer. Don't seek your preferences in prayer, because that's what we're prone to do. I want you to seek the kingdom in prayer and ask God, what do you have for us moving forward? And how can I be a part of that in this day? And pray, diligently pray, and see what God does. You're loved, you're valued, and I can't wait to worship with you soon. God bless.